Hey everybody, Joneser here, your favorite comic book guy. We've got another one of these Masters of the Universe Origins figures to unbox here, and it's been a while since I've posted anything good, so let's not wait any longer, shall we? What's up everybody, it's Joneser, your favorite comic book guy.
Let's do this.
Alright, well if you're new to the channel or a first time viewer, please make sure to hit the like and subscribe button. It really helps out the channel, and it doesn't cost you a thing but a click of the button. And we'll get into this figure here, but shortly I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself. Well, I walked into this wonderful world somewhere in the late 70s, so I was a child of the 80s. And like most children of the 80s, I was a huge He-Man and the Masters of the Universe fan. In fact, to this day, one might say that I could be just a little bit obsessed with the subject of He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. I have spent a lot of time and money on my collection, and I am very proud of it. It's just something that I just never grew out of. He-Man. Look at that handsome devil. This is me at 16, got my boob cake. Pretty cool. Yeah, I was a drummer in various rock and roll and heavy metal bands, and devoted a lot of my time to music. I was a marching band kid, metalhead. And yeah, so I kind of fell out of toys, as we all do, and went into music for quite a while and had a blast doing it. In fact, to this day, I still play music with my friends from time to time. I was also obsessed with comic books. And here are a few books from my collection that I'm pretty proud of. I was a big Spider-Man fan, and that was my favorite character. This book here is probably the one as my favorite in my collection. It's my first appearance of He-Man and Skeletor. This might be the oldest comic book I have. I think it's from 45 or 46. And of course, I was also a big Batman fan. So lots of Batman comics in the collection too. Well, there we are. Now you know who I am. So let's dive into who Tung Lasher is. Well, my first exposure to Tung Lasher was in toy form. I think I got him for a birthday or something. And there was this great mini comic here that kind of explained where they came from and how they fit into the Masters of the Universe world. The artwork and the story on it is pretty cool for what it is. And it's some early examples of Bruce Timm's work, who made some notable fame working on the Batman the Animated Series, which if you haven't seen, you need to stop this video right now and go watch Batman the Animated Series. What are you doing with your life? Anyway, he also appeared on the She-Ra show in the Filmation version of it, and he looked a lot different in that. Him and Rattler were members of the Horrors. The Snake Men weren't featured. Now, in the 2002 series, the Snake Men were featured, and Tung Lasher again got a makeover. And he got another makeover when Netflix got a hold of him too. Well, here's Tung Lasher sitting in the box here. You got your typical Masters of the Universe blister card. Close-up here of Tung Lasher shows that the tongue is not in the mouth, and we'll have to touch on that later. Cool Snake Men logo. Back of the card, the artwork, of course, stunning as ever. Masters of the Universe Origins, they really do a good job with their packaging and their artwork here. I really like this picture. It kind of pays homage to the vintage card art, and then we got Cyclone here battling Tung Lasher. I hope we get an Origins Cyclone. And then here we've got the action feature, or lack thereof, and we'll compare him to a vintage Tung Lasher once he's out of the box. And on the back here, we've got the cross cell. And most of the characters in this wave, I kind of skipped. I got Tung, Lasher, and I just skipped everybody else. All right, so here's our Tung Lasher out of the box, and he is looking snazzy. I'll get him rotating here on my little Lazy Susan, or at least I thought I was gonna. There we go. Here he goes, spinning right round. What in the heck? Maybe this thing's low on batteries. What an epic fail. Oh, yeah. But he's gonna spin and stop for you. So I guess there was that. Anyways, it comes with this little deal here. It tells you which parts are removable, which it looks like all of them. And he's got this sweet little mini comic here. Artwork's nice and glossy. I even got word bubbles because it's a United States release. Anyhow, and he's got all the, let's just get this useless piece of junk out of the way. Yeah, we're not even going to edit that out, you know, just freaking cowboy style is how Joneser does. But we got our little mosquito thing and then the little snake man magic wand deal here. And you can get them in some poses here with the head articulation that the vintage one just didn't have. And I will show you here in a minute. The tongue kind of works like this. You want it in, it's in. You want it out, take it out. Done. That's what it is. It's got all the same typical, you know, points of articulation and whatnot that all the Origins figures have, you know, and I don't usually spend a lot of time going into the points of articulation, you know. There's enough guys that do this better than me. But what I do have here is we have a vintage Tung Lasher. And see, he's got the same accessories, but his articulation is not as good because he is a vintage figure from the 80s. So he has no bends in the knees, the ankles, the wrists, or none of that. He can bend the waist, and the head can't turn. And why can't the head turn? Because there's an action feature in the back here. See, if I flick that little deal, he goes, wah. He tongue lashes. Hence the name Tung Lasher. I lick you. Yes, I lick the enemies of the snake men to lick them because licking is a power. Yeah. Well, this guy cannot lick, but he can turn his head. Whereas this guy can no turn head. So I can get this new one in some wicked poses, you know. Let's see if we can put this tongue in. There we go. It's even upside down so he can lick upwards, you know. So he can get into some weird stuff. Whereas this dude, he cannot, but he can do this. See, I can do that and you can't. Yeah, but I'm modern. Yeah, but I'm vintage. Yeah. Tung Lasher. Anyways, if you like this kind of stuff, me being silly with my toys, please like, subscribe, tell your friends. And if you didn't like it, well, just keep it to yourself. Jones are out. Well, thank you for watching. This episode of Motu Joneser was brought to you by the number H and the letter 4. And we'd like to thank all of our sponsors and whatnot, or I guess we don't have any. But I'll tell you what we can do. We have this little section there called like featured channels or favorite channels. Watch some of those guys. They're doing some good stuff too. YouTube's a great community. These figures look awesome. I love seeing all these snake men together. Oh, wait. There's going to be more of them. Oh, my poor wallet.